Good afternoon. Well, this is Ivan Mayer. It's coming to what? It's like 3:30, 3:40 right now. I just got back from my daunting shift at Dinty's. Was today busy, Ivan? Oh, yeah. Today at Dinty's was fucking busy, man. It was slow at first when we got a huge rush of like 40, 45 people, 50 people, and I washed dishes. I took my break at 12:30, and I washed dishes nonstop till like 2 o'clock. And I took a break. I cleared the dish pit again. After that, there was a bit more dishes I had to clear. I ended at like 2:50, almost 3 o'clock today at Dinty's. Yeah. And today was fucking busy, man. But I told you, even though Dinty's is a lot of work too, it's the system, the dishwashing system, the way it works, it's better than Coco Frutti, obviously. Because Dinty's, they have a system where some waiters bring dishes to the dish pit and then they put like all the rest of the dishes in the bin. And then when it's full, after like 10, 15, 20 minutes, they bring the bin and then you wash the bin, and it's a better routine. Yeah. A better system than Coco Frutti. Whereas Coco Frutti, they just keep bringing plates. Like Coco Frutti, because they close at 2:30, it means I have to wash all the dishes that need to be washed. I have to wash everything, and that's why it's so tiring. And Coco Frutti, I have to take out way more garbage, like 10 garbage bags, a bunch of cardboard. I also have to do the order. Dinty's, I don't have to do the order. I only have to take out maybe 3-4 garbages at Dinty's and not that much cardboard, obviously. But Dinty's is busier than Coco Frutti during the week. Weekends, you can argue. Well, weekends now, Coco Frutti are not as busy, right? But Dinty's obviously makes more money than Coco Frutti because they're open till 9 o'clock, obviously, and they sell alcohol too, and they're busy, man. Like Dinty's, they're pretty busy on weekdays. They get like 140, 150 customers during the day, and they're also open at nighttime. It's more slow at Dinty's during the week, except for maybe Thursday, Fridays. Fridays are very busy at Dinty's. Friday nights are very busy at Dinty's. The whole restaurant's packed. Whereas the other days, it's not as busy, obviously. As I worked Tuesday night shifts before, they were not that busy. But the morning shifts are pretty busy, man. Sometimes they get a rush of like 50 people, 40 people. Yeah. What restaurant do you like working at more, Ivan? Dinty's. I like working at Dinty's more. Yeah, I like Dinty's more. Dinty's, I get tipped too. Yeah. If I don't get another job by maybe August, I'm gonna ask the manager if I can get full-time hours at Dinty's. If I can get full-time hours at Dinty's, I'm gonna quit Coco Frutti, and I'll work at Dinty's, obviously, because I like working at Dinty's more than Coco Frutti, right? Coco Frutti, I don't like working there, man. Because Dinty's, at least they have 2 dishwashers on weekends. Whereas the Coco Frutti boss, he puts me alone on Saturdays, and working alone on Saturdays on weekdays, stressing shit. Yeah. Sarah? But I applied to a hotel in Ottawa as a dishwasher position there, in downtown Ottawa. I applied there. Hopefully they get back to me. If I can get a hotel dishwashing job, I'm quitting Coco Frutti. I want to ask the manager if I can get maybe 4 shifts a week at Dinty's in the fall. I can work like 2 morning shifts and 2 evening shifts. If I make my $700, that's good enough, right? My $700-800, that's good enough. Yeah. Unless the Coco Frutti boss can give me my 5 days a week back, I might just stay at Coco Frutti, because Coco Frutti is more convenient for me. It's closer to home. Whereas Dinty's in the wintertime, I have to take the bus because it's further away, downtown Elmer. Whereas Coco Frutti is right in the heart of downtown, as you guys saw in my video, right? It's a 50-minute walk from my house. It's not far. Coco Frutti is like a 50-minute walk. Yeah, 4-minute bike ride, 4-minute bike ride, 50-minute walk. Whereas Dinty's is a 40-minute walk and like a 11-minute bike ride from home. You know, takes me a good 11-12 minutes to get to Dinty's when I bike. Yeah. James Gunn Superman, guys, is coming out tomorrow, guys. July 11th is the premiere. Some people have already seen the movie on theaters, but the movie's officially on theaters 12 o'clock tonight, guys. Superman will be released on theaters July 11th, tomorrow, right? 12 o'clock tomorrow, yeah, July 11th. Are you gonna see it on theaters? Yes, I will, but I'm gonna wait like maybe 3 weeks until the buzz dies down a little bit. Because right now the buzz is crazy. I'll give it a good 3 weeks and I'll see it on theaters, or I might just see it at home when it gets released. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. That's why the gate's not touching my money, man. You have me work. I work my ass off for nothing, man. While you make your trillions, you're not touching my money, man. These billions are for me, VJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig, man. You want to steal my money when you make your trillions every year. You know, Ivan's not touching a dime of our hundreds of trillions, but we want to steal his 20 billion off his book, and steal his, I don't know, his 50, 60, 70, 80 billion off his Xanus brand movie merchant game. Because they're greedy pigs, man. Yeah. Zero, you're not touching my money. That money's mine. You make your tens of trillions every year, hundreds of trillions every year. All the money will go to you. These billions are for me, VJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. You know. I guarantee VJ was shocked. Like, holy shit, Ivan. We're not going to make... Yeah, I thought I'd make maybe my 7, 6, 8. No, me and VJ are going to make way more than that. Yeah, I don't know, like our 38 billion off the Xanus movie. 40 billion off the Xanus movie. Me and VJ are probably going to pull in our 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 to 100 billion off the Xanus brand for the movie merchant game. We might make, I highly doubt 50, probably around that 70 range. 60, 70, 50 billion, 70, 80 billion off the movie merchant game, perhaps even 100 billion. It's something crazy. That's why I'm very generous with the Hollywood actors, and I'm giving them royalties. But if their agents and managers get greedy, I'm not paying more money. Man, you're greedy too. You're making all that money and you're giving us the peanuts. Yes, because me and VJ are much bigger than the Xanus stars and the Grayscape stars and what? And we're the boss. I'm not going to overpay these Hollywood actors and have them do me, man. Yeah. So I'm sorry, and who knows that, man? I'm like, no, John, you get 10. Stop being greedy, man. And who knows that, man? I'm like, no, John, you get 10. Yeah, I can give John a bit more because I know I'm going to make more money off my movie. I can give John maybe a bit more. I can give John maybe his 12. You can give John 12 if you want, right? But no, I have to follow the payment instruction. No, John gets 10. I'm not paying more than 10, man. It's good enough for him, yeah. But you need to follow the payment structure. It's very important. That way because you don't want John Maega duping, man. John Maega's not worth 20 million of the royalties. He's like, Ivan, it's nothing. I know it's nothing, but you're not worth that, John. Like Ivan, like you're greedy too, man. You're making all that money. You're giving us the leftover peanuts. I'm like, yes, because I'm much bigger than you, man. There's a reason why me and VJ are making way more than you guys, because we're bigger than you, man. We're God, and we have the keys to the kingdom. You don't. If you don't like my offer, John, you're more than welcome to Hollywood left behind. It's a deal, man. Yeah, give me a deal, John. Sign your 23 million deal. It's a massive contract. Yeah. I'll just give John his 10. Even if he's worth like 16 million, I'll give John his 10. That way he's not angry. He makes a bit more money, right? Considering you and VJ are going to make, I don't know, your $80 billion on the movie merchant game, it doesn't hurt to give John Boyega a nice 10 million of the royalties. Yeah. Ivan, what about 2 million for the game for John and a nice like 50 million royalties for the game? I'm like, no. John gets his 1.9, there's 2 million, that's it. I can pay him 2. And that's it. He's not getting royalties off the game. I'm not going to overpay you guys. Have them do me, man. Yeah, man. Samsara? Yeah. Yeah. And for my 7 team, my Hollywood 7 team, I could have I can pay the secretaries and the other 3 a bit more, considering I know maybe you're gonna make more money off our movie. You can pay the Hollywood secretaries a good 10 million the royalties for the movie, and the other guys you pay them 60 million. Considering I know I'm going to make more money off the movie merchant game now, I can pay them more, a bit more. But if they want a 10 million yearly salary, I'm not paying them a 10 million yearly salary. I'm not taking out like 150 million to pay that. You're crazy. But I'll give you more for your royalties. Yeah, and I can give the team 8 million raises for their royalties instead of 4. Now that I know I'm going to make more money off the movie, I can give them 8 million raises per movie, the team. That's a good deal for them. But their salary stays at 1 and 2. And they get $200,000 raises per movie. Yeah. To qualify for the 7 team, you have to work for the big 5 Hollywood companies. If you don't work for the big 5 Hollywood companies, you don't qualify. And I might have two assistants who are going to help out my secondaries and my team. You can pay the assistants like a $370,000 salary, $70,000 bonus, $300,000 yearly salary for 4 years. So they sound like a $1.2 million deal. The assistants, yeah, $70,000 signing bonus, and you get $300,000 yearly salary for 4 years. So that's like a 1.2 plus million deal, and you can give your assistants a good like 2 million retirement package. Yeah. But the team don't get a retirement package. I'm paying them their millions, right? Yeah. So the secondaries, I can pay them. They got their 1 million yearly salary for the 4 years. They get a 4 million bonus. Are you gonna raise their bonus? No. 4 million for the secondaries and 6 million for the other 3 is enough for the 17. I'm not going any higher than that. But what I'll do is for their royalties, their film profit royalties, I can increase the amount by 8 million per movie, a bit more. Considering I know me and VJ are to make more money, you can pay them more. The secondaries get 10 for Xanus. For the Greys game, they get 18 million. That's a nice raise. But for their yearly salary, they only get a 200,000 raise. That's paid through the budget. And the other guys get 12. They get 16, sorry, for Xanus, and then for the Greys game, they get 24 million. My math is right? What's 16 plus 8? I'm stupid at math, guys. 24 million. Yeah, my math is right. 24 million. It's a good deal. Yeah, I've won about 34, and I'm like, no, guys, you guys are not getting it. Only the presidents get the big bucks, but the other 5 don't get that, right? And the assistants, you can give them 50,000, 60,000 raises for their yearly salary. The 2 assistants. Yeah. Will you raise the bonus for the 17? Yeah, I can raise the 17's bonus by 4 million. So secondaries get 4 million for Xanus. For the Greys game, they get 8. The other guys get 6. For the Greys game, they get 10. A 10 million bonus. I'm paying that up. The bonus is out of my pocket. I'm paying a little bit more now because I know me and VJ are gonna make like our 80 billion on the movie merchant game. It doesn't hurt VJ that we pay the team a lot of money, man. That way they're not pissed off. Considering we're making way more than them. It's an embarrassment of riches, man. We're gonna make our 60, 70, 80, 90, even 100 billion off the movie merchant game for Xanus, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm making hamburger, by the way. My appetizer. I'm making 1 hamburger. So, yeah, in a good maybe 50 minutes, I'm going to go upstairs and make my hamburger. My appetizer. I have my Dinty's food here, but I'm hungry. I cheat a little bit. I'm going to have 1 hamburger, right? With my Diet Pepsi. Yeah. My younger stepbrother, he bought Montana burgers. The Montana burgers. Yeah, he bought those burgers. Montana has amazing burgers, by the way. They have amazing burgers, yeah. just went outside to check something. Yeah. And Eric Rezahaki, my head chefs, I'll pay them a $300,000 salary. Considering now I know me and Meej are going to make like our 80, 60, 70 billion off the movie merchant game, I can pay Eric Rezahaki as my head chef's $300 yearly salary. So you get $660,000 for Xanus for 2 years of work. A $30,000 signing bonus, $300K the third year, $300K the fourth year, and another $30,000 bonus. And their $300 gas card and a $2,000 gift card. That's like $400 plus thousand for taxes. They can buy a $600,000, $700,000 house in Gatineau, Elmer. That's a beautiful house in Gatineau, Elmer, right? With an outdoor pool and everything. A beautiful fucking house. Yeah. That's the kind of house that my best friend in grade 11's father lived in. He had like a $700,000 house. They can now afford a house like that, man. A beautiful fucking house. That's why I changed their lives. They might cry. Eric Rezahaki when I offer them that contract, right? They might cry, man. Yeah. Ivan, thank you. And for the Gray Escape, they're making $700,000. Yeah. They get $660,000 for Xanus for 2 years. But all my movies after that, they only have to work for like a year. So for the Gray Escape, they're now making their $650,000, but with their bonuses, they're pulling in their $700 plus $1,000. Yeah. The Gray Escape, they get two $40,000 bonuses, and they get $650,000. There's a $700 like $30,000 deal for Eric Rezahaki. They're making bank. Become rich, right? They're not millionaires, but they're upper class. They're 1%. They're living a rich life. I changed their life now. They're rich now. Yeah. Considering you and Vij are gonna make your $35 billion off the Gray Escape for the movie merchant game, doesn't hurt to pay your chefs a lot of money, man. That way they work hard for you. Considering you and Vij are gonna make your embarrassment of riches, right? We're gonna make our billions, maybe VJ. Tens of billions, yeah. I'm saying, huh? Yeah. So I have the deal with Amazon is now 90-10. Yeah, the deal with Jeff Bezos' Amazon company is 90-10. Now that I know I'm going to make my 30 plus billion off my movie merchant game, the deal with Amazon is 90-10. So Amazon doesn't dupe me. Because I don't want Amazon walking away with any more than maybe... The moment Amazon walks away with more than like 20, 18 billion of your money, they're ripping you off, man. They're taking a good chunk of you, which is money. And you don't want them duping that. Duping you, some Sarah. Yeah. Because I told you, if 700 million people buy my movie, that's $94.5 billion in sales. For me and VJ's movie. That's the movie alone. Don't forget that, right? Yeah. 94 billion after taxes is like 50 something, I don't know, 53 billion around there. And then Amazon takes their 10% cut. They make like 5.2 billion off that. And you also have the cost. The $35 cost, so that counts too. So let's say I sell 700 million, 400 billion movies around the world, and the movie does 94.5 billion in sales. After taxes, that's like 50. That's like about 53 billion around there, and you have the $35 cost too. So that brings it down to maybe 44 billion or something like that in cost, 42 billion in costs after the cost. And Amazon takes their 10% cut, that's 4.2 billion. So yeah, me and Vijay will make maybe our 30, 35, 36 billion out of Xanus in net profits. After taxes and the cost to an Amazon's cut. That's assuming if 700 will buy it. Hence why I told you we're probably going to make our 50, 60, $70 billion movie merchant game. I mean, BJ, it's a lot of money. You might even make more, maybe 100. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So how much do you think Amazon will make off removing your merch? For Xanus, probably around maybe 14, 13, 15, 16 billion dollars, 17 billion dollars they make off. If me and VJ make 100, Amazon will make their like 17, 18 billion off me and VJ's company. Hence why you got to be careful with Amazon. You don't want Amazon walking away. Anything over 20, man, you're being way too generous with Amazon. You don't want them duping you. Yeah. Yeah. And the deal is contingent based on how much money I make off my book, right? If I make more than 20, 25, 30 billion off the book, then the deal with Amazon will be 90-10. But if I end up making something crazy like 80 billion off the book, 100 billion off the book, and more than like 2 billion people bought my book, I will know that about that amount of people will buy my movie. The deal with Amazon now jumps up to 95.5. But it doesn't make a difference because if more people buy it, even if Amazon gets 5%, they'll still make their like 20 billion. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And Jeff will say, though, yeah, even 5% is a good deal for my company. We're still going to make like our 18, 20 billion. Yeah, you're 18, 19, 17 billion. Because I know more people are going to buy it, right? That way Amazon doesn't dupe you. But chances are the deal will be 90-10 with the Amazon deal. It'll be 90-10. Yeah. It's no longer 80-20 because I know I'm going to make more. Way more, right? 80-20 is only if I pull in like maybe my 20 billion on the movie merchant game. Yeah, you give Amazon a bit more, but if I know I'm gonna make way more money, you obviously you have to be smart. You have to increase the percentage for you and BJ, where Amazon doesn't dupe you. I'm saying, you don't want Amazon duping you, right? Yeah. You get the news. Ivan and Mary Victoria Justice signed mega deal with Amazon. Ivan and VJ get 90% of the pie. Amazon gets 10% of the pie. And I par it up with Jeff Bezos CEOs. We give a cheers to success and to business in the future. Yeah. Even though Amazon's only making 10%, they're still making a lot of money, man. I don't know, they're 50 billion, 18 billion off the Xanus brand. Probably 14 billion. That's a lot of money. Billions for Jeff Bezos' company, right? Yeah. Obviously, some Zara. Yeah. So you don't want Amazon. Yeah, I don't want Amazon walking away with any more than like 20. Anything over 20, they're ripping you off. You're being way too generous. You're taking me. 20 billion is a good chunk of my money, man. I'm not giving Jeff Bezos' company any more than 20 billion of my money. That's why if I end up making something crazy like 50 billion off the book and like 2.5 billion people bought my book, obviously, then I'll know around that amount. I'll know a good maybe 1.5 billion people buy my movie. The deal with Amazon is what? 90-10. Yeah. If I make 50 off my book, I know I'm gonna make probably my 80 off my movie. And the deal with Amazon will be 95.5. They're still gonna make their like 12, 13 billion, whatever it is, right? That way they don't dupe you. Yeah. And Jeff Bezos knows it, man. Yeah, Ivan, at the end of the day, you're worth the majority of the money. The world's buying the movie because of you, and you have the keys. Yeah, Amazon, Jeff Bezos' company doesn't have to spend a dime in marketing. The marketing is all done for your company. I have the keys. The whole world will be tuning into my website. They're gonna purchase my movie. Free advertising for you. Hence why I deserve to take the majority of the money. At the same time, it's me and VJ's money. You're my distributors. You're taking that law on me. Hence why I'm giving you a nice piece of the money, but you're not getting the majority of the money. Me and VJ get the majority of the money. That's how it works. That way they don't dupe you. Sarah. Yeah. It's a huge deal BBG signed, man. It's a massive contract, man. Yeah, man. It's a mega deal. Yeah. You got the news. Ivan Victoria Justice signed mega deal with Amazon for the merchandising for the movie. Ivan, you think the merch will make more money than the movie? No. The movie will make more money than the merch. Yeah. Not everyone will buy the merch, right? Maybe only 400 million people around the world will buy the merch. Because some people don't really care about merch. I don't really care about merch, right? Like when I watch movies on theaters and everything, I don't buy merch. The merch will not be as popular as the movie, obviously. But the game might beat out the movie. Yeah. But the movie's more expensive than the game. So the movie might be my number one seller over the game too. Yeah. Me and VJ make maybe 38 billion off the movie. Around there, the Xanus movie, we might make our 20 off, 15 billion off the merch, and maybe 30 billion off the movie. Maybe the movie probably is number one, maybe over the game, right? Because it is cooler seeing me in a movie than seeing me in a game. You actually see like me in the fucking movie. Whereas the game, you're playing as me, but it's graphics, right? Yeah, but the character looks like me and everything. Obviously, yeah. Some sound. Yeah. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and get my hamburger. I'll be back in a sec. Just get everyone warming up alone. Don't hang me a sec. I hope you guys doing this show. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Well, upstairs to get my hamburger. I'm eating the Montana burgers. Well, the ones they sell at the store, right? It's not necessarily the same ones as the one at the restaurant, but I don't know. But yeah, eating my burger. That's all I'm eating today. You know, later on tonight I'll eat my dinner, so I'll enjoy the show with you guys, right? Watch some John Campbell. I want to see his reaction, John Campbell's reaction to Superman. I saw his quick out of theater review. He said he loves Superman, but I mean, yeah. I told you Superman will be good. James Gunn knows what he's doing. He's very talented, obviously. James Gunn's not stupid. He knows what he's doing, obviously, right? That's good. Yeah. So Ivan, you're smart. 4K Blu-ray, yeah, 4K Blu-ray is a lot more profitable than theaters. Yeah. Because if I build a theater chain, to fit 1 billion people at the theaters, you have to build like, I don't know, 8,000 theaters, which would cost you $28 billion. Obviously. Which me and VJ can afford. After we make, I don't know, if we make like $70 billion of movie merchant game for Xanus, me and VJ, we can easily invest $30 billion into a theater chain, but you're being stupid with your money. That's a good chunk of your money. Obviously. George will tell me, Ivan, don't build a theater chain, just sign with Amazon. You make way more money. Yeah, 4K Blu-ray is much more profitable than theaters. Because if I built a theater chain, I'd maybe charge you guys $17 for an IMAX ticket, right? Each. I thought someone was coming over, guys. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The theater thing doesn't work. 1 billion people, for my movie, you're looking at 1 billion plus people going to theaters. It's too crazy. Yeah, the best option, instead of building a theater chain, you sign with AMC and all these companies. But AMC and all these theater chains around the world can't handle 1 billion people. It's too much people, according to AI overview on Google, as I showed you guys, right? But Amazon can easily handle 1 billion orders. Yeah. They can handle 700 million, 1 billion orders, no problem, yeah. Sorry guys, this burger's really good, man. Yeah. Some sour. Ivan, how much people around the world do you think will order your 4K Blu-ray movie? Probably around maybe 700 million people around the world order it. Because most people have families of like 4 people. So if there's 7 billion people in the world, obviously. I told you, the people in Africa, the Middle East, South America, like, you know what I'm saying? Those places, those people will not be able to watch my movie because Amazon is not in those places. So that cuts it down. And most people have families. Or they roommate with people. So if you're roommating with friends or you have family, you only have to buy one 4K movie. So it's probably around 700 million, 500 million. The highest maybe at 1 billion. Maybe 1 billion orders. Max. Probably less than that. Probably maybe 800, 700 million people order my 4K movie. And that's like 94 billion in sales. And because the Amazon CEOs are greedy, they might tell me, Ivan, you should charge like the fans like $200. We'll make more money. We'll make way more money, Ivan. I'm like, you guys are getting greedy, man. Ivan, we'll make more money. I'm like, guys, you're getting greedy. I'm not going to overcharge the fans and dupe them like that, man. Like, most people are average people. $200 is steep. No, like, I'll sell Zane's for $135 for the Steelbook box set. I'm going to have Zane's be Steelbook. A beautiful Steelbook box set for Xanus, 4K Blu-ray. $134.99. The Last Hope for Xanus, directed by Peter Jackson, the mastermind behind Lord of the Rings. $134.99. Yeah, that's a good deal for you guys. $135. That's a good deal, right? Yeah. But all my movies after that, I'll price my movies for $50. Yeah. Amazon's like, Ivan, you should charge the fans like $100. I'm like, I'm not going to charge the fans $100 for one movie, man. You're ripping them off. Yeah, but Ivan, like, you're special. I know, but you guys are getting greedy, man. Because Amazon, they want to make more money, right? They're greedy pigs. Yeah, Ivan, like, even though we're making, like, I don't know, our 15, 14 billion, or 18 billion, we want to make a bit more money. Because they're greedy, yeah. I have the final say in the price, man. This is my brand. I'm going to let the Amazon CEOs know the final price for my movies, man, and my merch. So I'm saying, yeah. I'm not going any higher than $50 for the grayscale. I'm not gonna rip the fans off. Even $50 is expensive for one movie. Most movies when they get released are maybe $40, $44, $30. And I'm selling the grayscale for $50. That's still pretty pricey. But the average person can afford $50, right? That you guys can afford that, obviously. That's a good deal for you guys. Yeah. But if you expect me to sell my movie for $25, I'm being stupid with my money. I won't make much profit. I need to make profit. That's why I'm going to sell my movie for $50. The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. Sarah? Yeah. Hence why after Xanus, me and VJ are making way, way less than we did for Xanus. Xanus is my biggest money maker. That's like a 70, 80, 90, 100 billion deal for the movie merchant game for me and VJ. Was all my movie after that, it's maybe a 40 billion deal. 38 billion deal, 35 billion deal. All my movies after Xanus. Me and VJ make our 30, 35 billion, some of that, 40 billion. Where Xanus, we make our 60 plus, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 billion, me and VJ. Yeah. Yeah, but if you know you're going to make more money, why don't you pay Keanu Reeves like $400 million for the Great Escape? Because he's duping me. I'm not going to let him dupe like that. He's not worth that. Even though I know $400 million is pocket change, and me and VJ make, I don't know, our $17 billion off the Great Escape movie, I'm not going to pay Keanu Reeves $400 million. He's not worth that. He gets his 140. You get paid for what you're worth, man. I'm not going to have these actors dupe me, I'm sorry. And the agent's going to tell me, oh, Ivan, like, Keanu Reeves is big, man. Do you know who this guy is? This is Keanu Reeves, man. He's big, Ivan. I'm like, yes, he may be big in Hollywood, guys, but compared to me, he's puny, he's small. I'm not going to have him dupe me. I'm not going to pay Keanu Reeves $250, $300, $400, man. He's not worth that, man. Keanu Reeves, Ivan, man, like, that's nothing. I'm like, Keanu, you're getting greedy, man. I'm not going to pay you $400 million for the movie. $250 million for the movie. You're not worth that, man. You get your 140 and your 27 million salary and your 20 million sign bonus and your 400K for the promos. You get your 10 million for the game. Or you can pay Keanu Reeves a bit more for the game if you want, considering you know you're going to make more money off your UVs. You'll make more money. You can pay Keanu Reeves maybe $50 million for the game, a bit more. He signs like a $207 million deal, a bit more money to keep him happy. Ivan, what about $50 million for Keanu Reeves and a nice like $50 million of the game profits? I'm like, you guys are getting greedy, man. I'm not gonna pay Keanu Reeves that, man. You ripped me off. Ivan, it's nothing, man. Like, you're greedy too, man. You're making all that money and like this is chump change, Ivan. I'm like, that's not the point. The point is Keanu Reeves is not worth this, man. I'm not gonna overpay him and have him do like that, man. No way. He's not worth that. Yeah. Yes, I can easily give Keanu Reeves $50 million of the game profits, but now he signed like a $260 million deal and he's duping you, man. You're overpaying him and he's ripping you off, man. You get paid for what you're worth as well. That's how it works, right? Yeah. And Keanu Reeves might be a bit pissed off. He's greedy. He wants a bigger chunk of the pie. He's a greedy pig, Keanu Reeves, right? I'm like, Keanu, if you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome. We're in Hollywood to make your, I don't know, your $50 million for your movie. And be a dirty slave in Hollywood. My offer. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, give you a deal. You signed your $200+ million deal. Yeah, it's a massive contract with Keanu Reeves. Yeah. Some Sarah? So VJ will tell you when you talk it over there for the payment structure. Yeah, VJ, this is my payment structure for the company. VJ's like, yeah, even if we give them royalties, well, they're gonna be more happy and they'll work harder for us, and our company will be better in Hollywood. Yes, considering me and you, VJ, are gonna make so much money out of our $80 billion movie merchant game for Xanus, it doesn't hurt to give the Hollywood actors a nice tiny piece of the royalties. It's chump change, VJ. Yeah, it is chump change. Yeah, it's chump change. But if their agents get greedy, VJ, you have to be sure and say, no, I'm not going to overpay these guys. How to do me, man. Some Sarah? Yeah. Especially Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is huge. He's the second, I think, most powerful actor in Hollywood after Dwayne Johnson. He's worth $600 million. He's huge. He's bigger than Will Smith and Brad Pitt, man. He's huge. Hence why his agent might push for maybe $500 million for Tom Cruise. I'm like, look, man, Tom Cruise is not worth it. I'm not going to have him do like that, man. No way. Ivan, this is Tom Cruise. You know how big Tom Cruise is? I'm like, guys, don't play that game. I mean, Hollywood may be big, but in my movie, he's not the main event, man. I'm not gonna have him do it, man. No way. I'm not going any higher than 200 million for Tom Cruise. That's good enough for him, Samsara. The Great Escape. Yeah. Yeah, but Tom Cruise, because he's worth $600 million, I can pay him 25 for the game, a bit more. And you can give him maybe 17 million for the merchandise, a bit more for the royalties. Ivan, what about a 100 million for Tom Cruise for the merchandise? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna overpay Tom Cruise and have him do that, man. No way. Yeah. So let's say Tom Cruise gets his 30 million. He gets his 21 million bonus. That's 51 million. And he gets 200 million for the film profits. That's 251 million. He gets 25 million for the game, 276, and he gets 17 million for the merch, 293. And then for Tom Cruise, you can give him his 450,000. Yeah, Tom Cruise signed almost a 300 million deal, a 294 million deal, whatever it is. Yeah, almost a 300 million deal. In Canadian money, which is like 195, 200 million is American money. He's walking away with like 100 plus million in his bank. A lot of money for Tom Cruise. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. Even though it's a massive contract, it's not the money you and VJ are making, man. We want a bigger chunk of that. I'm like, look, man, you're not worth any more than this, Tom. You're getting greedy. Accept my deal or go back to the Hollywood system being left behind and make less money. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, I give you a good deal, Tom. You signed almost a $300 million deal. Massive contract for Tom Cruise. Yeah. So think about it. All these A's are signed mega, like, that's a lot of money. That's a mega contract, but even their contract is chump change, is peanuts compared to maybe just contract. It's chump change, yeah. That's what boss movie is gonna be, man. Yeah, Ivan, we're fucking boss, man. Like, we're paying all these A's actors like they're huge contracts. Mega deals, and it's pocket change with our contracts. Ivan, I know VJ. Pocket change. Yeah. You VJ are a boss. We're boss. Yeah. So the Hollywood actors, managers, agents are greedy. Yeah, because they know me and VJ are gonna. They know me and VJ's net profits is in the tens of billions. They want a bigger chunk of that pie. They're gonna. I guarantee they're gonna push for Keanu Reeves. They're gonna try and get maybe $250, $300 million off me and VJ's money, man. I'm like, no, man. Keanu Reeves is not worth that. I'm not paying him that, man. I'm not gonna have him do that, man. No way. He's not the main event of my movie. He'll make my movie better. It'll build more buzz, but he's not the main event. I'm not gonna have Keanu Reeves do like that, man. No way. You guys don't like my offer, man. You're more than welcome to haul me left behind me, dirty sleep, man. Yeah, and get shittier person if you don't like my offer. It's a deal, I mean, I give you a deal. Yeah. So they want a bigger chunk of the pie. The agents, yeah, the agent's not stupid. They know for me and VJ's movies, it's tens of billions in net profits, right? That's why they're going to try and push for like 100, 200, 300, 400, even 500 million, even $600 million. Dwayne Johnson's agent for the Hidden Vat movie might push for a $600 million royalty check for Dwayne Johnson. I'm like, no, I'm not paying Dwayne that. I'm not going to go any higher than $300 million for Dwayne. That's the highest I'm going for him. He's the exception because by then he'll be like a billionaire. So you can give Dwayne $300 million, but anything over $300 million, he's ripping you off, man. I'm not paying Dwayne any more than $300 million to film profits. Ivan, what about $100 million for his base? I'm like, no, you're gonna drain my budget. Ivan, put more money into the movie. I'm like, no, I'm not putting more money into the movie. I'm not going any higher than $51 million for the base, man, for the actors. That's good enough. Yeah, you have a bonus and you have your $30 million, your $21 million bonus for Dwayne, and a $30 million salary for production. I can pay Dwayne is 35 million for the game, a bit more, because he's big. You can give him 25, 26 million for the merchandise. Well, Dwayne Johnson signed a 300, I don't know, like 90 million deal, almost a 400 million deal for the Impact movie. Massive contract for Dwayne. Ivan, it's nothing, man. I deserve a nice like $500 for all these. Dwayne might tell me that. I'm like, no, Dwayne, you're not worth that, man. This is good enough. You don't make this in Hollywood. It's a deal, Ivan. I don't make this in Hollywood. Yeah, it's a good deal. It's a good deal for you, Dwayne. Sarah. Yeah. His age, that's a good deal for Dwayne Johnson. This is way more than what he makes in Hollywood. Yes. Obviously. I want to have Dwayne compete with Will Smith for the Him That movie. Have them compete. Who will you choose, Dwayne or Will Smith? That's a tough one. Will Smith is a better actor than Dwayne, but you can argue Dwayne Johnson is more amazing to watch than Will Smith. He's a muscle guy, but Will Smith is also, he has iconics too. He's also amazing to watch too. There's going to be a back and forth, obviously. Will Smith is cheaper than Dwayne. Will Smith doesn't cost me as much money as Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson's too big, man. He'll be a billionaire by then. The Hidden Valley movie is a good like 20 plus years from now. Dwayne Johnson will be worth his $1 billion. Most likely by the time I do the Hidden Valley movie, it'll be huge. Whereas Will Smith might be worth maybe $450 million or something like that. He's cheaper than Dwayne, obviously. Obviously, right? But Will Smith is a greedy pig, man. You gotta watch out for Will Smith, Ivan. He's a greedy animal, that guy, man. He's the kind of guy, if I don't pay him what he wants, he might get angry. Yeah. He's a cocky, greedy actor, that guy, man. He's greedy, Will. Yeah, he's a greedy pig. He's greedy, Will Smith. Yeah. Yeah. Like, Will Smith's agent will push for probably $250 million too for Will, or maybe $300. I'm like, no, Will. You're not worth that, man. I'm not paying you that, man. You might be offended. You might get angry. Ivan, man, like, you're greedy too, man. You're making all these tens of billions. You're giving me the leftover peanuts for my film profits. I'm like, Will, you don't make this in Hollywood. You're not worth any more than this, man. Yeah, if Will's worth like $450 million in 20-some years from now, I can give him max $150 million of the film profits. Same with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is worth $380 million now. By the time I do The Great Escape, he might be worth maybe $440, $450 million. I can pay Keanu Reeves his $150 to keep him more happy. But I'm not going to hire the $150 for Keanu Reeves. That's good enough for him, man. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. Ivan, what about an $80 million base for Keanu Reeves? I'm like, no. Keanu Reeves gets his 47. I'm not going any higher than that, man. I gotta watch it for my budget. Keanu Reeves has to take a pay cut for The Great Escape because I have to create room to pay the Hollywood crewmen for The Great Escape, Keanu Reeves. It's not just about you guys getting paid. The crewmen have to get paid too. They have to get paid their $150K. It's very important. Samsara? Yeah. But to all accept my deal, they don't make this in Hollywood, right? And I'm giving you nice perks too, man. Partying up at me and VJ's, I don't know, $900 billion house. Tables in my yacht, partying up my $100 million yacht. My unique 71 yacht. Those are nice perks for the Hollywood actors. Samsara? Will Smith's like, it's a deal, I would make his Hollywood, yeah. He might be a bit angry, but he'll accept my deal because I'm paying him a lot of money, man. He gets his $30 million salary, $20 million bonus. And Will, you can also pay him his like $15 million for the game. You can give him like $10 million for the merch. Keanu Reeves, I can give him $10 million for the merch instead of $7, a bit more to keep him happy. Yeah, and he gets his 135, 125. If he's worth 400, I'll pay Keanu Reeves 125, 130. But if he's worth a bit more, 430, 440, I can pay him his 140, 135, 145, 150. Keanu Reeves, that's a good deal for him, right? He signed his 200, maybe like $20 million deal, $15 million deal. It's a massive contract for Keanu Reeves. But he has to compete with Tom Cruise, right? And they're going to really fight hard for that job. Yeah. Samsara? So you put them in a pickle. Yeah, I put the Hollywood actors in a pickle. Either you accept my deal or you go back to the Hollywood system, being left behind and being a dirty slave like my offer, man. They'll all be like, yeah, I have an instant deal. This is more than what I'm making Hollywood. They're going to try and push for more money, but they know what I'm paying them is more than what they ever make in Hollywood, right? Yeah. And I'm giving you perks too. It comes with the perks. You're flying on me and Via's Incredible's jet. We're gonna have like a $900 billion house. Those are nice fucking perks, man. You get to party up there, man. Do table reads there too. Sometimes I'll be doing table reads in my house, in my office, in my yacht. Those are nice perks, man. And parties in my yacht, parties in my house, man. A house like Incredibles, man. A fucking nice house. Yeah. Some saying? Yeah. That's why guys will blow out the water, yeah. Will blow out the water, yeah. I'm off tomorrow, so tomorrow I can make a video for you guys in the morning. Then I work 3 days straight again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I go for 40, right? Yeah. I'm going to text the manager today to see if I can get full-time shifts in the fall when school starts. If I can get my 4 or 5 shifts a week. Because if I can get my 4 or 5 shifts a week at Dinty's, I'll quit Google 40. I'll just work at Dinty's, right? Or I work part-time at Google 40. But I don't like working at Google 40. I don't like closing them, man. It's not fun. Too much work, you know. Yeah. So Ivan, all the A-list actors, agents are going to push more money. Oh, yeah. All the actors represented by the big agencies like William Morris and Deaver, those agencies, their agents are going to push for like a ridiculous amount of money. Because they might, yeah, we might as well give it a try. Maybe Ivan will accept that deal. I'm not going to have these guys dupe me, man. But they're going to try and push for more money. Because I know me and VJ's movie merchant game is tens of billions in net profits. And so they want a bigger chunk of the pie. That's why some might ask for maybe 300-400. I'm like, you guys are crazy, man. They're not worth this, man. I'm not going to overpay these guys and have them dupe me, man. So I'm sorry. They're not worth that. They're duping me. Yes, it's pocket change, but that's not the point. The point is they're not worth that, man. I'm not going to have Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, and Robert Downey Jr. and Ben Affleck and Matt Damon all of them as college and have some dupe me, man. They're not worth that. Yeah. Yeah, because they're greedy pigs, the agents and managers. And they might tell me, Ivan, BJ, you guys are greedy too, man. You're making like an embarrassment. This is all pocket change, guys. I'm like, guys, that's not the point. The point is you're not worth this, man. I'm not going to have you take, you know what I'm saying, more of me, VJ's money to have you dupe us of that, man. No way. Yes, it's pocket change, but that's not the point. The point is they're not worth that. These A-list actors in Hollywood are not me. They're puny and small compared to me, I'm sorry. They're puny and small compared to me, I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah. So even Matt Damon's agent, Ben Affleck's agent push for more money. Yeah, they will. Ben Affleck's agent might push for 150. Matt Damon's agent might push for 160. I'm like, you guys are pissing me off. They're not worth this. I'm not going to overpay these guys and have them do it, man. No way. Ben gets like 78, 75. Matt gets his 82. That's good enough. I'm not paying them more, man. They don't make this in Hollywood, Sarah. Ivan, it's nothing. It's peanuts. I'm like, guys, that's not the point. The point is you're not worth this, man. You're not the main event. I'm not going to have you do like that, man. No way. Sarah. It's a deal, Ivan. We don't even make this in Hollywood. Yeah, man. Experience success and fame with me, VJ. You sign your mega deal. This is way more than what you're making in Hollywood. I take you out to dinner. You party up my yacht. Yeah. And we give a cheers to success. We're going to be movie stars together. Yeah, and experience that worldwide fame together. Yeah. It's a delight. We don't even make this in Hollywood. Yes. You don't make this in Hollywood, guys. You make like your 15, 12, 20, 30 in Hollywood. And sometimes you get royalties, but it's not the kind of money I'm willing to pay you, right? Yeah. And Scarlett Johansson is very greedy too. Be careful for her too, Ivan, because she took Disney to court, right? For her, what's that movie called? She took Disney to court for Black Widow. She got paid $20 million, and she was supposed to make, I think, her $30 million of the film profits, but they put it directly on streaming, and she lost out. She thought she lost out on that $30 million, and she took Disney to court. And that's how you know Scarlett's a greedy pig. She got paid $20 million, and she wanted another 30. She's greedy, Scarlett too. Be careful for Scarlett Johansson, Ivan. She's a greedy pig. Her agent's greedy. Scarlett might ask for 100. I'm like, Scarlett, I'm not paying that, man. You get your 80. That's good enough. Ivan, it's nothing. It's pocket change. I'm like, Scarlett, you're getting greedy. I'm not going to pay you 100. You get your 80, man. Stop being greedy, man. You're not worth 100. Some Sarah. Yeah. Some Sarah. It's a deal, Ivan. I don't make it now. You're very generous. Yes, I'm very generous to give you guys. Even though like even though like what you're making compared to me and VJ's peanuts, guys, I'm generous enough to give you a piece of the pie, man. Even though it's a small piece of the pie, but I'm giving you a nice piece of the pie. You're making a lot of money, man. This money that you make off the movie, you never have to work again. Well, those actors already have enough money to never have to work again. But the amount of money they're making off The Great Escape, they never have to work again after that, man. Because they're making their tens of millions after taxes, right? 80, 70, 60, 50, 40 million after taxes. You never have to work again with that money. Yes, it's peanuts compared to how much money me and VJ are making, but I'm still making sure you get paid, right? Yeah. That's why VJ, even though like we're gonna sign that mega 9-10 deal with Amazon, and we get that announcement on the website, don't let any actor know how much money you made off Xanus. It can be average for us, so I'm saying they don't make that kind of money in Hollywood. So I'm saying, VJ, I'll keep my lips sealed. Yes, VJ, keep your lips sealed. So I'm saying, yeah. So I mean, how top notch will Skyforce be? Like Incredibles? Yeah. I'm not kidding around. What you see in Incredibles, my company's like that, it blows out of the water. Like me and V's are gonna own like a 900, 800 billionaire house. Oh, 800, 900 billionaire house is what you see in Incredibles. Well, that house you saw in the first one with the door opening underwater. For $1 billion, you can build a house underwater and everything, right? I'm not gonna build a house like that, but it's high tech like that. It's like a 900, 800, $1 billion house. It just depends how much I make on my goals. If I make 19, I'll put 900 million towards my house. It's something unheard of. Yeah, man. Something unheard of, yeah. And that's why VG cried. She doesn't want to miss out on that life I'm living, man. Yeah, I want to build that 900 billionaire house with Ivan. I want a piece of his 1920 off his book. I want to feature the magazine with him. I want to travel on the road with him. I want to save the streets with him. I want to get behind cars with him. I want to go close shot with him. You know what I'm saying? I want to be featured in the magazine with him. I want to travel with him. Yeah, she's crazy, man. I told you she's a crazy woman. Fucking crazy, yeah. And she knows she got duped by the gates. It was I didn't get duped, and I have the keys to the kingdom. I wrote my Zane's book. That's billions for me. She wants me to get her out, and she wants a piece of my billions, man. VJ. Yeah. She doesn't want to miss out on that life, right? Amazing life we'll be living, yeah. And she also wants to control the money with me for the box office for the re-emerging game and make her billions. I don't know, her 80 billion with me. She doesn't want to be in Hollywood left behind making 500K for movies. She wants to make the 70, 80 billion with me, the 35 billion with me, yeah. but he is a crazy woman. You got to do by the gates. She's fucking stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Keanu Reeves like, it's a deal, Ivan. That's a massive contract. 200, like, $10 million. He's like, holy shit, I don't make this in Hollywood. Yeah. You know, Ivan, even though, like, you're making way more than you're very generous, you're making sure I'm getting paid. Yes, Keanu Reeves, I'm making sure you're getting paid, man. I'm giving you perks, too. And you're also going to be featured on the magazines with me and everything. Yeah. Ivan, what about that nice, like, $2 million for the magazines for Keanu Reeves? I'm like, no, guys. You're getting greedy and you're pissing me off. Keanu Reeves gets $450,000. I'm not paying him more than that. He gets $400,000 for the promos. That's good enough for the commercials and the magazine and the Sky Source News. He gets $400,000. It's a good deal for him. A lot of money. You know, how would somebody only get paid for that stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, and he gets his speaking money too, which is like, I don't know, a $1 million deal, right? Yeah, the actors' contracts in Hollywood for my Sky Source company for their speaking is like an $800,000, $1 million, $1.3 million deal, man. It's a huge deal. It's a massive contract. And the world tour, you also get perks with that too. You get paid the big bucks for it, for speaking, and you get the perks. You're flying on my private jet, touring around the world, and I'm going to have the actors stay at luxury hotel suites, man. We're staying at suites. And they get limo services, drivers that take us to the event and everything, all the parties, the buzz of the fans. Yeah, nice perks, man, you know. Taking the actors out to a luxury buffet restaurant, wherever we land in each city, right? For all my movies, yeah, it's a good deal for the actors. Because for the world tour, you have to cover the actors' living expenses, their traveling expenses, their feeding expenses, and their transportation expenses too. You don't want to have the actors pay for their own cab when they want to go see a movie on theaters, when they want to go to a store and buy clothes for their family, their kids, and their wife, and their girlfriend, boyfriend. No, like, you have to cover the transportation too. I told you, like, if you want to go downstairs at the hotel and have a drink with your co-stars for the movie and everything during the world tour, that's your own money. I'm not paying for you. You guys are already rich, and you got your check for the movie. That's your own money. But sometimes it'll be on me. I'll pay for the rounds and everything. And the parties, it's all on me. I'll pay for the alcohol and everything, right? For the parties during the world tour. If you want to go and get shoes and clothes for yourself, for your girlfriend, for your wife and all stuff, that's your own money. I'm not paying for you. For the Xanus stars, if they want to get stuff for their wife, their kids, and their girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, their aunts, their cousins, that's their own money. I'm not paying for you, Samsara. Yeah. So who's luckier, the Great Escape actors or the Xanus actors? It just depends what you mean by lucky. In terms of the journey and the buzz, the Xanus stars and the technology of the movie, the Xanus stars are way more luckier, as Xanus will have crazier buzz. But in terms of the contracts, the Great Escape actors are luckier because they're making more money, obviously. Because the Great Escape, I'm actually going to cast the big guys, the big A-listers. Whereas for Xanus, I might only have one big A-lister, maybe Russell Crowe, and that's it. And all my other actors are small A-listers, B-list actors, rising star, hybrid A-listers, small A-listers, and B-list actors for Xanus. And perhaps one big guy, Russell Crowe. Because Peter might tell me go for Russell Crowe, right, for Maramis. We'll see what happens, right? Yeah. And Russell Crowe signed a huge, like, $100 million deal. Massive contract, yeah. What about $100 million for Russell Crowe for the role? I'm like, no, guys, you're pissing me off. Russell Crowe gets $55. I'm not paying more than that, man. Yeah. And he gets his $18 million salary and his $9.7 million sign bonus. $300K for the promos. He gets his speaking fee money, which is like, I don't know, $1 million in speaking. I can pay Russell Crowe $4 million for the game. What about $4 million for the game and like $50 million of the rollies for Russell Crowe? I'm like, no. He gets $4 million base for the game, and that's it. I'm not giving rollies for the game. I'm not going to overpay these guys. Have them do me, guys. Samsara? Yeah, he signed a $90 million deal, which is a 100, like, I don't know, $3-4 million deal in his Australian money. That's a massive contract for Russell Crowe. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. Yeah, but even though $100 million is a lot of money, it's not the money you're making for the movie. Yes, stop thinking about the amount of money me and Reed are making. I just know that I gave you a good deal. You don't make this in Hollywood. Even though I'm greedy, I'm generous. I'm making sure you're getting paid, Russell Crowe. Stop being greedy. It's a deal. I don't make this in Hollywood. Yeah, sign me up. Yeah, it's a deal, and you get the perks too. It's a good deal for Russell Crowe, right? Yeah. Yeah. So Sarah, he's walking away with that, I don't know, 55 million in his bank after taxes. After the movie project, right? That's a lot of money for Russell Crowe. He's $55 million richer. Yeah, even though $55 million is a lot of money, it's not though, I don't know, the $70 billion you're making off your movie merchant game for Xanus. Yes, I'm making way more than you, Russell Crowe, because I'm bigger than you, man. I'm way bigger than you. Me and VJ are the boss. We're much bigger than you. That's why we're making way more than you. If you don't like this, Russell Crowe, you're more than welcome. We're in Hollywood and be left behind. I make less money. It's a deal. I mean, yeah, you could do Russell Crowe. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the agents and managers are going to try and get a bigger chunk of everything. Yes, they're going to try and get a bigger chunk of the game, the merchandise, the film profits as well. Even the promos, they're going to try. They're going to push for money for the promos too. Yeah. Well, Ivan, what about like 800 grand for John Mayer for the promos? I'm like, no. Yeah, can I $100,000 that, man? I'm like, no, John, you get your $250,000. Stop being greedy, man. You're getting greedy, John. So I'm saying, it's a deal, man. Yeah, every deal, John. Stop being greedy. Everyone else, man. I'm like, no, John, you get 10. Stop being greedy, John. Some Sarah. Yeah. You're getting greedy, John. Some Sarah. Yeah. Your agents might tell me, Media Ivan is nothing. Yes, I know it's peanuts, it's nothing, but the point is they're not worth this, man. I'm not going to overpay the actors and have them do me. Some Sarah. Yeah, man, I'm not going to have them do like that, man. No way. Some Sarah. Yeah, Peter might push for maybe 2-3 billion of the film profits. Man, can I get that's like $2-3 billion that on? I'm like, no, Peter, you get your 800, 850. I'm not paying more than that, man. Stop being greedy. You're not getting more than 850, Peter. Ivan, you're greedy too, man. Like, you're giving me the peanuts. I'm like, Peter, I'm way bigger than you. That's why I'm making way more than you, man. I'm not gonna give you $2 billion of my money. You're crazy. You're not worth that. Yeah, you're big and you're worth, I don't know, you're 1.7 billion, but you're not as big as me, BJ. I'm not gonna have you doing that, Peter. You get your 800, 850 million. And you get 200. I'm not going to go any higher for 200 million for the merch for Peter. And for the game, I can give him 250 if I make my 20 billion plus. If I make less than 20, Peter gets 200 million for the game. If I make more than 20, I can give Peter a bit more, 250 million for the game. What about that's like $500 then? I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not going to have you do that, man. You get 250 million or 200 million for the game, 200 million for the merch. You get your 800 million for the film profits. And 500K for the promos. I organized $2 million out for the promos. Like, no, Peter, you get your 500K for the promos. Stop being greedy. You sign your 1.3 billion deal, which is 1.6 billion in your own money. It's a mega contract for you, Peter. I'm not going to overpay and have you doing that, Sarah. Yeah. Because Peter is a greedy pig, man. Peter is greedier than even all of those A-list actors. Because he's much bigger than them, right? Hence why once I offer him that, he might get cocky and want maybe 1.5-2 billion of the film profits. I'm like, no, Peter, I'm going to be strict on this. You get 800, 850. I'm not paying more money, Peter. Stop being greedy. Ivan, having more than that. I'm like, no, Peter, stop being greedy. I'm not going to pay you more money, man. Fine, whatever, man. I'm like, Peter, you're pissed off? Yeah, man. I deserve it more this time. I'm like, no, you don't, Peter. You're not worth any more than this, man. I'm not going to overpay you and have you do that, man. No way. Sarah? Yeah. It's a deal, Ivan. That's a huge contract. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, because stop being greedy. So, Sarah. Will the work be tough for Peter Jackson? Yeah, it will. Peter will be working harder for me than he ever did in Lord of the Rings, but because he's older now, you can tell Peter Jackson's not as young as he was in Lord of the Rings, right? You see a difference. Peter is older now. He's in his 70s when he directs Xanus, and the workload is a bit tougher on his body, obviously, but he's still working really hard because Peter doesn't want to fuck up my masterpiece, right? Yeah. Because I care more about Xanus being good than making the money for Xanus, right? I love money. I love making. It's nice to make a lot of money, but I care more about my movie being good than the money. Obviously, yeah. Xanus is very special to me. It's very dear to me. I wrote that map because I don't want anyone reading my story. Hence why Peter Jackson and Guillermo del Toro have to take their notes. Mel Gibson and Randy Wallace have to take their notes. If I choose Mel Gibson, they have to take their notes. That way they're prepped during production. I'm sorry. Yeah. And you see Peter, he's prepped. Him and Guillermo del Toro are prepped. They took their notes. Peter goes over his notes for every scene. He's prepped. Obviously, but sometimes he might be improvising here and there if he has a better idea in mind. That's fine, but it's good to have a foundation of notes that way you're not lost in your scenes. And Guillermo del Toro and Peter Jackson are prepped and they direct a masterpiece. Yeah, and Peter's working really hard. Because I paid him the big bucks, man. He signed his $1.3 billion deal, man. Fucking massive contract. He'll work hard for me, Peter. He signed a $1 billion+ deal, man. That's a lot of money. Yeah. A lot of money for Peter Jackson, right? A lot of money in his bank. Yeah. So, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. And now you understand, Ivan, why God gave you the keys. That way you can live that amazing life with VJ and make all those billions, man. Because if you didn't have the keys, me and VJ would have never ever made money like this. The gatekeepers will never let me and VJ make this kind of money. Even if I sell to them, they'll never let me make this kind of money. They would take all my billions and give me the leftover peanuts. Maybe $20-30 million of the money. Yeah. Guaranteed, if I sold out, I'd probably make maybe my $50 million off the book, man. Around there. I'm like $50 million. Like, and the gates are like, Ivan, you happy you made $50 million? I'm like, where's the rest of the money? What do you mean, Ivan? Like, this is a lot of money. I'm like, oh my god, these guys duped me. They took all my billions. They took all me VJ's billions and they gave me and her peanuts. At the same time, we're dirty slaves sharing with the world. I don't want to share with a garbage Victoria Justice, man. Victoria Justice is trash, man. I'll never do that, man. She's garbage and trash. Yeah, and the gates duped me, man. Yeah, we don't get the glowing beauty either. We don't stay on forever. They duped us, man. I get a garbage wife who's garbage and trash. Yeah, we just trash, man. Garbage and trash, yeah. So God gave you and VJ the keys because you're the heirs. Yes, me and VJ, we have the keys because we're the heirs. And there's a reason why I'm making all that money, because I'm a son of God, VJ is the Spirit of God, we're special. We deserve to make that money because we're the heirs to the kingdom. We create the universe. That's why God gave us the keys. That way the gates don't dupe us. I'm sorry. Yeah, even the gates are so envious and greedy. Even when all those 100 trillions in the world goes to them, if you sell them, they're never going to let you be a billionaire. It's not going to happen. They'll let me be worth maybe 100 million, maybe 200 million, maybe 150 million, but they're never going to let me be a billionaire. Being a billionaire like that. That's why God gave me the keys, where the gates don't dupe me. Obviously. Victoria Justice is supposed to be a multi-billionaire, man, in Hollywood. Yeah. And she's only worth $12 million, man. The gates duped her, man. And that's how you know, Ivan, they're going to dupe you too if you sell. They have an envy. They're crazy people. That's why God gave me the keys. And when they don't dupe me, man, I'll sell to them. Yeah. They would steal my money and give me the peanuts, man. They're envious, yeah. They have an envy. They're crazy people. That's why God gave me the keys to the kingdom. And VJ the keys to the kingdom. But VJ got duped. That's the difference. VJ got duped by the gates. I did not get duped. Because VJ's stupid. Yeah. Yo, Ivan, I fucked up, man. Get me out of here, man. I fucked up. I have a shitty career. Yeah, VJ has a shitty career. And she's only worth $12 million, man. With the keys to the kingdom. That's how you know the gates duped her, man. Yeah. So her keys are useless. Yes, because she's sold out and the gates control her money, her keys are 100% useless. She can promote her book, her music, her movie, the world knows about it because she's under the control of the Gates. If they say, don't let VJ make that money, the people have to listen to them, man. They're the boss. Yeah. Just like me, because I did not sell, the gatekeepers tell everyone, yeah, do not let Ivan do anything besides minimum wage. Yeah. So I'm damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah, if Ivan sells, they'll let him have money, be a multi-millionaire, but never let him be a billionaire. If Ivan doesn't sell, they keep him poor, making $800, $900, $1,000 every 2 weeks. So I'm saying? Yeah. Because they're greedy pigs and they're greedy psychopaths. They have an envy. That's why God gave me the keys. That way they don't do me. And I wrote the Xanus book. The Xanus book is mine. The 20 billion, 19 billion, 30 billion author books for me, VJ, is not for you. You're not touching our money. This is our money, not yours. The hundreds of trillions of world goes to you. You're not touching my billions, man. This is my money. It's not yours. You're just a greedy pig. Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, I know it's scary to die, but all you have to do is just wake up 1 minute later in the hospital, man. You get it over with. So would you rather go through that horror? The scariest part of dying is before you die. Would you rather go through that horror and wake up 1 minute in the hospital than live and have the Gates destroy your life of that, man? And steal all your money, and you get a garbage Missouri Justice. Missouri Justice is garbage. She's trashing garbage. I think, dude, me, man. VJ's trashing garbage. And I don't get the glowing beauty. And me and her are sharing with the entire world forever. Our life will be destroyed. Yeah. The only cool thing about selling is you're going to see me and VJ in a public eye in Hollywood. But our careers will be sabotaged and we're sharing every day. You know, Ivan, you can hang out with VJ for maybe 6 hours a day. And after that, you and VJ have to fuck more people. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? I'm not accepting that deal, man. That's a cursed deal, man. You're crazy. I'd rather be single than accept that deal, man. You're fucking crazy. I'm not sharing with a garbage wife with a wolf for every generation. Are you crazy? Fuck no. Yeah. And you guys win the game. You're saved. You destroyed me and VJ's relationship. You get each other all to yourselves while me and VJ have to share. You're saved. We're not king queen. The Gates control our money because you want your full cake. We're both trash like you guys are trash. We don't get the glowing beauty. We don't stay young forever. We age just like you guys age. VJ sees hell like you guys see hell. Because you guys are crazy people. You want your complete full cake because you're crazy fucking people, man. And even if Ivan makes the other choice, hopefully he makes videos for us on the Southwest channel. We don't talk about him. And we act like him and VJ watch themselves. You guys are crazy people. You want your full cake no matter what, man. I'm not going to have you do it. Once I pay the fee, I'm taking out of my 19 billion. I'm taking a wife and I'm piecing out. I'm not making videos on the Southwest channel, man. You get what you deserve. I'm not making any videos for you. Yeah. That's why I'm king. I'm going to figure out for this channel, guys. That's what you need to understand. I'm going to figure out this channel, yeah. Sarah. Yeah. So when the Gates say sharing, they mean when the Gates say sharing, they mean forever with every upcoming generation. Because you guys are fucking crazy people. The reason why it's every upcoming generation is every upcoming generation that's born, they're all reprobate. Once they see what me and VJ look like, they're all gonna want to have sex with us. You guys are the mess I made. Hence why I came with the keys, but the Gates don't do me, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yo, Ivan, you can hang out with VJ for like 7 hours a day. You get each other all to yourselves, but after that, you have to share with us. You guys are fucking crazy people. Oh my god. Yeah. I'd rather be single than accept that deal, man. I'd rather be single without VJ than share with a garbage wife. Yeah, man, for real. I'm not lying. Yeah. So sharing will destroy you and VJ's relationship. Yeah, me and VJ sharing will destroy our relationship. the relationship won't work because our mind will be a mess because even though we hang out with each other, we're constantly fucking a bunch of people every day. And the relationship's now destroyed. The relationship's already destroyed. You guys already destroyed my relationship with my wife with a mess. And you also want to further completely destroy it by having a share after causing that mess. Because you guys are blinded by your envy. You're crazy people. You want to destroy my life because you're envious. I have more envious. We want to completely destroy your life. We want you to get a garbage life, share with the world, destroy your relationship with your wife. We don't want you to be rich like a billionaire. We want you to be under the gates and be worth like $50 million. You know what I'm saying? We don't want you getting going because you guys are crazy people, yeah. I said the holding up, man. You have to do choices, man. You guys knew I wouldn't make this choice. Hence why you said he has to pay for that. Because you knew I wouldn't make this choice. Yeah, Ivan said the holding up. There's no way Ivan will let us do him like that. He set the holding up whereby we have to make a choice. Yes, you have to make a choice. Yeah, either you're saved or you're left behind. You made your choice, man, because you're fucking stupid people, man. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta make a choice. Either we're saved or we're left behind. And you guys chose to be left behind because you're crazy people, man. Ugh. You think being left behind is not that big of a price to pay, but once I pay the fee, and I'm now king, and I'm experiencing that glory, success, and fame internationally with VJ, you're gonna feel it, man. There's a reason why the Zayn stars and the Gray Escape stars are gonna beg, man. Because I saved their ass, and they don't want to be left behind. And my company's burning Hollywood, Sarah. I can pay them more money right now. Yeah. So why would John Boyega, Von Joje, and Jimon Su and Edges Elba's beg? Because they know my company is way better than Hollywood. And they don't want to be left behind. They know I can pay them more money, man. They're not stupid. Yeah. John Boyega knows for the Grays, if I can easily pay him as 11, I can easily give him 11.5, 11.8 million of royalties. 2.5 million for the game. Yeah. He signed like a 26, 27 million deal. He doesn't make that in Hollywood, John Boyega. That's why he's gonna beg, man. He knows I can easily pay him more. As John Boyega will probably negotiate for maybe his 6, 7, 8 after Xanus. And then as his career gets bigger, he can negotiate for more. But he knows I can easily pay him more for the Great Save John Boyega. That's why he'll beg, man. He knows I can pay him more on John Boyega. He's not stupid. Von Jordan knows I can pay him more. Edges Elba knows I can pay him more. Andy Serkis knows I can pay him more. And my company is better than Hollywood. It's like Incredibles. And most importantly, they were saved. They don't want to be left behind. They experienced our international fame of VJ. They don't want to be left behind. Hence why what? Yeah. Sarah? Yeah. So when they beg, the Zane stars are not playing around. No, some of them might even cry, man. They might shed a tear. John Boyega might cry, like, Ivan and BJ, please, man, please. Please, man, I don't want to go back to home, and I want to work for you, Ivan. Please, man, please. Yeah, I'm like, holy shit. Some of them are crying. Well, I'm not going to have you do that, man. You're not good for the Grace Super Canaries. You don't know about your home with that behind you, you deserve. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. John Boyega is good for the Grayscape too. I can picture him as a secret agent, but if I resign him, he's gonna piss off a lot of actors in Hollywood, right? It's not fair, right? Yeah. Same as Idris Elba, he's good too. He's really good for the Grayscape. Idris Elba. He's also good for the Hidden Batman movie and the Western Guys movie. Idris Elba. Idris Elba has that look. He's good for my movies. I'm not gonna resign him. Otherwise, he's gonna piss off a lot of actors, agents, and managers in Hollywood. It's not fair, right? To the Hollywood actors. He's like, Ivan, fuck those actors, just resign me. I'm like, no, you can't be selfish. Ivan, do you think we care about those actors in Hollywood? Fuck those guys, just fucking resign us. I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for the Great Escape with Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise, man. You're not good, man. So I'm sorry, you're not good for the movie. Yeah. Except for John May and Edge Job, but they're good. I'm not going to be signed them. They're not good for the movies, I'm sorry. They're good for the movie, but they're going to piss off a lot of Asian actors in Hollywood if I resign them. It's not fair. It's not fair to the Hollywood actors, right? That's my point. But I told you, the Xanus stars don't care about the Hollywood actors. I even fuck those guys. You should resign us. I'm like, no. It's not fair to the other Hollywood actors, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So once all the chosen Hollywood actors are in your Skysource movie, they're going to want a career for Skysource. Yes, once you're in my movie, you're going to want to work for me until you pass away. Yeah, you're not going to want to go back to Hollywood because my company blows out of the water. It's like Incredibles, man. Like Incredibles. I'm not lying to you guys. If me and VJ own a 900 in a house, you do the math how high-end a house we own, man. That's like Incredibles. That's more high-end than that house you saw in Iron Man. That house you saw in Iron Man is maybe 300 million. 350 million maybe. My house is 900 million. Something unheard of. I have my unheard of yacht too. I have an Incredibles jet. When the cup holder goes down and up with the GPS speaking and everything, I'm gonna renovate it. Yeah, man. My company blows out of the water. Yeah, and they want to be saved. They won't be left behind. That's another reason too. Yeah. 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 Give me a second. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Back in a sec. Almost done here, guys. I'll talk to maybe 5 minutes. I'm done. Hope you guys doing this show. Yeah. What if your plans get fucked? What if you end up paying the fee in like 15 years from now? Yeah, if my plans get fucked, then the Xanus movie will not happen, obviously. Or it will happen, but I have to choose other actors because these actors will be aging now, older. That's why I pray to God the gates don't fuck up my plan, obviously. My plan doesn't get fucked up. Or I'll just do Spider Miles Morales. But what I can do is I can do Spider Miles Morales. I can have a bunch of the Xanus stars in my 5-movie trilogy. My 5-movie, you can do that, right? Yeah. So let's say my plans get fucked up and I pay the fee 15 years from now, and John May and all them are like 48, 47. You can do your Spider-Man Miles Morales 5-movie series, and then you can have those guys be in your movie as the supporting characters. You can do that. They sign a 5-movie deal. A lot of the Xanus are that way. It's fair to them, right? But if I do Spider-Man Miles Morales, let's say 15 years from now, if my plan gets fucked up, obviously, then that means I'm not going to do The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. Yeah, unfortunately, right? I should be paying the fee soon. Like, my book's already done. I just have to save my money and get it proofread. And once that's done, like, I should be paying the fee 2029, 2030. No later than 2030 I should be paying the fee, right? Because my book's already done, right? So, yeah, my plans will not get fucked up. Yeah. Some Sarah. Your book is sick, man. I know, John. My book is sick, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to be part of that movie. I know, John. Looking at a sick movie, man. An amazing book and a sick movie. Yeah. Ivan, please write more books. My guys, man, my dream is not being a famous author. It's being a movie star with BJ. That's my dream. And I make way more money on movies anyways, right? Yeah, movies, for my company, movies is more profitable than books. But if my movie was on theaters, then I'd make more money off my book. But because it's 4K Blu-ray and I'm pricing it for $50, $135, I make more money off movies than I do books, obviously. My dream is not being a famous author. It's being a famous movie star with BJ. That's my dream. BJ will tell me, I've been writing books is a bit boring. I don't want to write books. I want to be a movie star with you. Yeah, I want to be a movie star with you, BJ. Yeah. BJ wants to be a movie star with me, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, Ivan, what are the chances you do The Great Escape or Spider-Man Miles Morales? I don't know. 85% chance I do The Great Escape with Matt Damon, Keanu Reeves, and Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson, all of them. And then maybe 50% chance I do Spider-Man Miles Morales. But Spider-Man Miles Morales, there's a high chance I might do that, though, right? Because they haven't made a live-action movie yet. Yeah, whereas The Matrix is not happening. Forget about The Matrix. They're already doing Matrix 5. They already made that crapshoot Matrix 4. The Matrix is not happening, obviously. It's just too complicated, and the whole process is complicated. The Matrix Michael Jordan's not happening, but Spider-Man Miles Morales might happen after Xanus. We'll see what happens. But it's most likely The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. Some Sarah, and Matt Damon, all of them. Some Sarah. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, how much do you think the gatekeepers are worth? They're probably worth a couple $100 trillion, the gatekeepers. Maybe 250, 300, 400, 500 trillion dollars the gatekeepers are worth. I'm not lying, right? If $400 trillion is made around the world and the gatekeepers take a piece of that, yeah, they're worth their hundreds of trillions, man. They're fucking rich. I don't know how much they make a year, but they're obviously making their tens of trillions every year because they take a piece. They take a piece of all the money made around the world, man. The $400 trillion made around the world, they take a piece of that, man. Maybe 10, 20, 30 trillion dollars they take, 40 trillion they take, yeah. And even though me and Vijay are making, like, I don't know, our 70, 80, 100 billion dollars on the movie merchant game for Zayn, for our Zayn's brand, it's not the kind of money you're making. You're just greedy. You want to steal my money too and give me the peanuts. You're fucking greedy, man. When you already make all that money, man, because you have a greed sickness, a psychotic, greedy envy, yeah. Before I show this camera, you guys remember The Hobbit? Remember Thorin in The Hobbit 3? Battle of the Armies, yeah. When they went to the mountain and you saw, yeah, when they saw all that gold, he had a greed sickness. He had a gold sickness. All that money, all that, I don't know, trillions of dollars worth of gold in the city. He didn't want to share any of it with the elves, right? Because the elves, they went to war with the elves over the gold and the stone, right? The elves wanted the stone, they wanted a piece of the gold, I believe. They went to war over that, and Thorin didn't want to share a dime of it with the elves. I guarantee you that's the symbols of the gatekeepers. They're greedy pigs. Yeah, you have all that money and you locked all the fucking doors on me, man. How do you work minimum wage? You're fucking evil. Then when I write my book, I pour my blood, sweat, and tears into my book because you locked doors on me. Now you also want to steal my money too. Because you're fucking crazy, man. You're a greedy pig. And I'm sorry, man. I don't want you being that rich, man. I don't want you, VJ, you know what I'm saying, making your $80 billion movie merchant game and you make the $20 million off your book. I'm fucking envious. I don't want you being that rich. I'm fucking envious. Even though all those hundreds of trillions goes to you. You're fucking greedy, man. Oh my god. Yeah. But zero, man. The money not the books. The Zane's brand's mine. The money not the books for me. It's not for you. Some sorrow. That's why Zane's will be the best movie judge for me. And Scox's will blow out of the water. And Zane's will always be the best book ever written. Some sorrow. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm signing off. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed this show from Ivan Romero. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow in the morning. I'll either do a doubleheader tomorrow or I'll do my video in the morning and I'll do my go-through series. I don't know. Probably do the go-through series. Because I gotta go over my book, man. I gotta get that done, right? Yeah, so stay tuned with that one. And stay tuned. In 2 weeks, I'll be vlogging with Tony at the Shane's bar. I'll text him, hey, you want to have a beer at the Shane's bar? We'll eat after that. Yeah, sure. I'll tell him I'm vlogging and I'll vlog with Tony. So stay tuned for that video, guys. Anyways, guys, here's the video. I'm saying out. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Peace out, guys. Don't hate them, I'm saying. Skip the video, don't want to laugh aloud. Hope you enjoyed the show.